Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Nick, and welcome to another episode of F122. I uploaded this to Twitter, asking why he was working for Ferrari, and I got a response, and it was this: I had to go where the money was made. Well, just wait a few races, or maybe just a season, and you'll be crying that you weren't at our team. No, of course, it's fantastic that he responded. I didn't expect it, to be honest, because I don't have any followers on Twitter yet. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do that by pressing the link in the description. As you saw, we only got 0 points for that gearbox or that engine issue we had last time. So yeah, let's hope that we can turn that around. We are looking for some upgrades to do. So yeah. Of course, we can do 2 upgrades on the chassis, so we are gonna do that because we really need all those upgrades. Especially when we want to get to the front of the grid. As you can see, we are quite far down the line. And that's only just for the chassis, so yeah. I don't have any resource points left for durability. Of course, we need that because we don't want to get another engine failure, as we already had 2 times this season. But yeah, this time it was the MVUK. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, as we are quite getting into problems with some of the components, as the MVH is already on the 3rd component, as you only get 3 per season. But yeah, the upgrades come in, and let's just go to the Spanish Grand Prix. Here we are then in practice. I'm doing the race strategy as always, and you can see the first lap wasn't fast enough, the second was, and I'm in this 3rd lap now, almost half a second, if I'm correctly, yes, down on the delta, or up on the delta I should say, and we eventually get into lap 5 and we complete all of them. So that is something that really helps in the confidence coming into a weekend, because I do this all the time. And that just shows how much pace we have in the car. And as you can see, I thought it set a really fast time with a 1:20.8, but it's good for a 15th position. Liam in P13, so maybe he can get into Q2, as he has never done that. I think so. No, he has never done that yet. So let's just try to get him up there. That's why we are constantly in the activities helping him with getting everything like his focus and everything, getting that higher than it originally is, so he can get into Q2 and hopefully also in the points a lot more this season, so we can get our points for our sponsor, because they asked it at the beginning of the season that we would get 15 points for the race. I don't really know at how much we are now, but yeah, it's Saturday now already, so let's get into qualifying and see what we can do. Hopefully it's another Q2 appearance for us. I don't know why we need to be wait at the beginning of that session, because I'm not fat at all, thank you. Going to the first lap, going down the main straight, you can see it's quite not quite busy at the moment, because we're still at the beginning of the session. So that's always nice, as we are having problems with having people behind us getting into our last lap. As you can see, we come into this last lap of oh no, sorry, we had our first lap. That is a 1:19.8. It was a decent lap, only 2 tenths away from our teammate who is in P17 at the moment. But yeah, let's just try to get that second lap out and maybe get us into Q2, as we are only just a few tenths away. As you can see by the white arrow in the middle of the screen, there was a car behind us. He didn't really annoy us at all. It was Kevin Magnussen this time in the Haas. So yeah, we finished this lap and let's see where we are. We are in P17, just knocked out in Q1. But you know, it's better than getting on the last place of the grid. So I'm really happy with that. Liam didn't manage to get into Q2 as well, as he was 1/10 of one position behind. But let's see what we can do in the race.
The Spanish Grand Prix has been a permanent fixture on the Formula One calendar for over 30 years now, and for good reason. Do you remember Michael Schumacher's absolute dominance here in that rain-soaked Grand Prix in 1996? That day he took his first ever victory for Ferrari, and we've had many more iconic moments since. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Russell, Sergio Perez, and Bottas, Norris, Mick Schumacher, Fernando Alonso, and Esteban Ocon. Leclerc, they've taken a grid penalty. Joe, Kevin Magnussen and Tsunoda, Gasly, Vettel, the engineer, and Liam Lawson, Albon, Ricciardo, Latifi, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So here we are then. Carlos Sainz putting in a pole in his home Grand Prix. As you can see, we toggle our strategy to personalized, and we can do a soft to medium. That's different for a time. So it's not medium to hard, it's soft to medium, and hopefully we can go a little bit faster with that strategy. As the lights are coming on and they are out, and away we go. We are in P17, getting a bad start as usual. Lawson going of staying in P17, maybe having a look at P16, as we need to avoid Ricciardo. But yeah, it was counted as an illegal overtake, as out of nowhere Albon is down inside. So we need to let Ricciardo through. And as we do that, we already lose a bit of time. I would say about a second to the cars in front, but isn't really good for us. But yeah, we are almost hitting Ricciardo once again, but we go around the outside trying to overtake him, but you can see that traction coming from that McLaren. He is just much quicker than ours at this point, so we really need to work on those upgrades, especially aerodynamics, because we are almost lost in that section. But yeah, coming here at the end of the first lap, we put it down the inside of Daniel Ricciardo. Quite a savage move, but we stick it and we just hold our position now. P18 it is once again. Ricciardo trying to fight back, but we don't want that. We want to get Pierre Gasly, who is right ahead of us right now. He tries around the outside, but it doesn't work. And as you can see, we move on a little bit later to the lap. It's the end of the lap 2, and we once again stick it down the inside. Liam Lawson having some battles with the Haas of Kevin Magnussen, if I'm correctly, and that's Tsunoda already in the pits. I think he has some damage, as one of the Williams has already pitted also. So yeah, Liam now fighting with Sebastian Vettel, trying to hold that position. He is doing a really good job, but trying that around the outside of this corner is really hard. As you can see, trying to pull it off, still side by side, as Pierre Gasly now overtakes us, as you can see in the back of the camera thing. As you can see now, Ricciardo has already tried to overtake it, but we are not going to get that happen, as Gasly is already overtaking Vettel and my teammates. Yeah, the AlphaTauri was really quick, to be honest. But we had some pace as well, as we were still in the fight. Lance Stroll locking up and losing a position to Latifi there. Coming in lap 5, we are quite close behind Gasly as we try to get that DRS from him, as we want to pull away from Ricciardo, so we don't have any threat from behind. Yeah, we are already in lap 5 and we seem to have the pace to follow these guys, which is really good because last episode we didn't get to do that. Of course it was a new circuit, Miami, but still I just want to have the pace everywhere, but that was not the case last time around. Ricciardo trying to pull it around, not around the outside, it was down the inside, as we have a little bit of a collision. So yeah, I don't think that was my fault at all. Ricciardo just had some understeer, which eventually gave him some damage, and he needs to go into the pits. As you can see, it's already a 3-second gap in just one lap. That's not normal for a McLaren. So that is Ricciardo into the pits at lap 7, and that's not what you want if you are on a soft medium strategy. So yeah, yellow flags. Then it is at the end of lap 7, and who is it? It is Kevin Magnussen. That's really, really bad because he was doing quite good in this race. I don't know if he was in the point, as you can see us in the background coming up. But yeah, that is him out of the race. But it puts us up into P16 as Stroll tries to overtake us. Our tires are really gone. They are already 50%. But yeah, once again, I collide with someone in turn 1. I don't know why I got a warning for that one and not for the one with Ricciardo, but we get into the pits this lap. As you can see, we are going into the pits now, with Stroll staying out as we are the ones on the soft. Just 80 kilometers per hour. I am lucky to not get any penalty or that or something like that for that. So yeah, let's try our turn in. As you can see, it was an optimal turn in. And let's hope for a 2.2 second pit stop. No, it is a 2.4. But as you can see, we are the last on the pit straight, and because of that, we lose a little bit of time coming out of the pits as we go past the section where you can go normal speed again and still have our pit limiter locked. So that's a little bit unfair, but coming out behind Ricciardo, as he is now already 2 seconds up ahead, as he is on the soft tires. And we are still on cold mediums. So yeah, lap 15 is time for our teammate and the rest of the grid to get into the pits. We get in front of Gasly, which is really good, but behind Stroll. Of course, he is on those cold hards as we try to make up some ground to him. Also, my teammate is 3 seconds ahead. To be honest, he was doing really well. So my compliments to him for doing so well in this Spanish Grand Prix as we try to overtake Stroll, because we need to take opportunities here as we want to move to the front of the grid. Of course, we need to take every chance we get, and yeah, on those cold hards you just can't defend from someone on the medium. Doesn't matter what car it is. Maybe if you're in a Red Bull and you need to defend a Williams or something like that, it will be possible. But yeah, if you are not that far ahead or behind from the other car, then it's really hard to do that. So yeah, coming into lap 18, we are closing in on Liam, who is still having a strong pace. I didn't really get any chance to overtake him as I was constantly around 8 tenths behind. But this time around we see Stroll is only 2 tenths behind as he tries to overtake us. We go a little bit defensive, but we use all our ERS and he's still getting alongside. Taking the outside line, and once again I have a collision with someone in turn 1. I just don't know why, but the AI just can't act normal into turn 1. Or it's just me, I don't know. Leave it behind in the comments. I would love to read your opinion about this. But yeah, then Stroll also got damage. So he needed to go in the pits, which has given us a comfortable gap behind. And you can see Vettel is almost 12 seconds ahead, so we won't be catching him anytime soon. So now the 2 AlphaTauris are behind us. one on 2 seconds behind and one on 8 seconds behind. So let's just try to hold that as we come into lap 26, as the gap has already moved down to 1 second. We try to overtake Liam, force him into an error. Sorry for that, Liam. You're still doing a great job, but that was just a rookie mistake. As you can see here from the replay, we go down the inside and we prefer the outside line, so we go back to the outside and Liam just locks up, which gives Gasly an opportunity to try and overtake him as well. Luckily he can defend from that for now, so yeah, he's fighting really good to hold that position. Of course it's fighting for nothing basically, as it's 0 points for P15 or P16, but still it's a really good job from him to try and keep those other cars behind. Coming to the end of lap 26, we get a track limits warning. Don't know why, but yeah. Gasly going into the pits, as I think Liam has made some contact with him. So we are both getting our elbows out as we try to stay in these positions. Of course. And so now we are basically coming to those dying laps of this race. Lawson is trying to defend from Ricciardo. You can see, I don't know if there was contact or not, but he holds it at the inside and he can just keep Ricciardo behind for now. But yeah, as you can see, Ricciardo is also going into the pit, so I don't know what Liam is doing. He is having a little bit of contact with some other drivers, but as long as he keeps the position, it's fine by me. So yeah, if he gives other people damage, it's fine, but if he gets damage himself, then he can leave the team. No, it's not that harsh. But yeah, coming into lap 31, almost the last lap, as we have a faster car approaching blue flags. To be honest, I didn't really expect this, and it's Sainz leading the Grand Prix. Leading his home Grand Prix, that will be a fantastic win if he can make it to the end. But by letting Sainz pass, we lose 3 seconds to Lawson. Still, he needs to let Verstappen pass, but we don't want to lose that position to him. As you can see, Max Verstappen coming through, trying to take that win away from Sainz, but it's the last lap already, so I don't think that will be happening. We still need to try and hold Liam Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda behind, as they are quite close, but coming through the last chicane onto the last straight, we are in P14. Sainz winning the Grand Prix and setting the fastest lap. Max Verstappen actually beat that lap just by a little bit. So there's us in P14 and our teammate in P15. I'm really happy with that. Driver today is Charles Leclerc. Of course, I don't know why, but yeah.
Well, what a drive that was to take the win for Ferrari today. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable up there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
So yeah, Sainz won the Grand Prix. Of course, really happy for him, as it is his home Grand Prix. And last time around it was Benjamin Daly working for Ferrari, and now it's Araf. So I'm gonna put out another tweet to say, like, why are you working for them? Come join us. But yeah, you know, we still aren't a top team, so it's understandable. Coming to the standings now, we are in P14 with our teammates just behind us. We were lapped. As you can see, the top 13 only finished in the same lap. And yeah, there was only one DNF this time. It was Kevin Magnussen, of course, with that engine failure. We drop down back to P13 in the standings as Landon Norris got some points. We stay in the 9th constructors position, and we are going almost up to acclaim level 8. This time I say it right. Yes, if you haven't been following the rest of this journey, go check it out. As I said it many times wrong, getting almost 120k from our sponsor, and we both had some damage this weekend, so we don't get much from that, which puts us up to 3.26 million. So yeah, guys, I want to thank you all for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe, I would say, and have a lovely day.